Team Maui.
What's going on, guys? Team Maui back with another Team Maui podcast. Today we got Easton, Ben, and Cobey. Say hi, guys.
Hello, everybody.
What up, guys?
Hello.
Today on the agenda, we are going to be talking about the recent Banlist that came out. Unexpected to everybody. Drops on a Wednesday at, 11 o'clock. We were all shocked by that. We're going to go through that. We're going to go through our thoughts on a tier list for upcoming decks for the next format. And if we have time, we will do the wish list that we want to do for Konami for the year. If we have even more time, Genesis talk.
Genesis, baby. We got to get down to some Genesis today.
Genesis. All right, before we get into it, sponsor shout out.
Bulk right here. We got cards to find.
Cards to find. No. Before we start, shout out the sponsor, Schwang Cattle Company.
Shout out Schwang
Cattle Company. We love Dawson. Love you, Dawson.
I wish you loved us back.
Sponsor us. I want to go to YCS 300.
Please sponsor us. I'm going to YCS 300. I'm going to see you there. I'll be in your B&B. Please sponsor me.
All right. Will. They'll be giving you all the cards you need to use. Don't worry.
All right, let's get into it. First things first. Let me share my screen. We got the ban list.
Yeah, we were all pretty.
Everyone's surprised here.
Pretty cool with it.
Drop Wednesday at 11 o'clock. No one was expecting it. Cobey and I quit working so we can look at this. Let's go through it.
We weren't doing much work before that.
We weren't. We really weren't. It's fun. We're fun. First thing first, we got Bear Statue of the Torrent. I mean, they're hitting statues left and right. Every list, one or two markers on the list. Torrent is next to go because of, Mermail?
Yeah, they can like...
Mermail and Mitsurugi was using the Juglubion to search the 7 Tachyon to search that. Yeah.
What's even legal anymore? Light and dark?
Light and dark, yeah.
Light and dark, which doesn't matter.
I mean, two of the three top decks, which we will get into later, are Wind, and one deck has every attribute in the game. So, except for Divine. Still waiting on that Divine monster, Konami.
Oh.
All
Ben,
right.
I'm going to order you an End of Anubis in case you don't have one.
I have one as well. He can borrow.
End of Anubis.
Oh, I have an End of Anubis.
For the Dracotomy rematch.
You do or don't?
I don't own one.
Okay. It's a quarter.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Malice Q White Binder.
Hey, I found a totem bird for Adam. Adam was just asking for a totem bird.
Hey, I need one of those.
Okay, White Binder.
Easton needs one?
Finally.
Easton,
rest in peace.
You can have my secret rare. You can have the shiny one.
Alright, guys.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, baby.
White Binder ban. Thank God. Fuck Malice.
Hey, get that garbage out of here.
Malice.
That deck has been around for over a year.
Fuck Miguel.
Love you, Dawson.
Miguel.
Fuck Dawson.
Love Dawson. Fuck
Dawson.
Dawson.
Love you, Dawson. Number 8, best sponsor in the biz.
Sponsor us.
Fuck Duncan. Oh, Duncan's cool. I just fuck Malice. Anyways.
Fuck Malice.
Mm,
Deck's finally not playable in a sense. I mean, like, all they do is they replace White Binder with a transcode talker, but, like, that's not as good as it was.
Let's not get into politics here, Ashton.
Shut up. Next on the list, the ever-awaited Herald of the Arclight
fuck that
banned.
card. That card is the bane of my existence.
I will never understand how a Yu-Gi-Oh card that is a Floodgate, a Searcher, and an Omni Negate went so untouched for so long.
Wasn't it banned before?
It's a level 4. It's a weird level to make.
It's a weird level to make. We didn't really have a synchro deck that would make it, so yes, it was hard to make. People were mostly just sending it off of
Diviner.
Diviner or the Herald. I get it, but I mean Konami, when you printed this card, what year did this card come out? Let me look that up.
I
real
want to
quick.
take a shot in the dark and say
2014.
2016.
2014.
2014. 2014, the new challengers. Konami decided to release a floodgate, omni-negate, and a searcher for any ritual monster. Or a ritual spell, mind you. Nobody ever used it for that, but it can also search a ritual spell. How insane of a card can you print and just slap a Synchro 3 on it and nobody would play it? Well, Yummy exists now, but...
Didn't this card get banned prior to this?
I think so.
It was. Let me look.
Is there a way to check that?
I'm looking on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro Deck. Where is it?
You mean YGO?
I know it was
PRO.
still being played last in Drytrons when Drytrons were somewhat good before like Ava and stuff got hit. They could make it also.
Okay, it was.
Were they making it or were they just sending it?
And it might have been at 1 at that time, but definitely wasn't banned. That was like 2021.
Nope, this is the first time
Yeah.
it's ever been banned.
Yeah,
Damn.
that makes sense.
It's
Okay.
been limited in Duel Links for forever, but I don't know what that sounds.
Wasn't it on the last list that they limited it? They just didn't ban it yet?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Enough of that card. That card was stupid. Featherstorm.
Right.
Long awaited.
Finally,
Took forever.
3 years too late.
Long
3
time
years
coming.
too late.
This card's been easily abusable in any deck that can make a Castel or any other wing beast that was playing Thrust. So,
And guess what? The best card in Radiant Typhoon just happens to be a Wind Wing Beast.
Radiant Typhoon was playing Harpy's Conductor, a Link 2, just because they're capable of drawing on their opponent's turn. In case they drew into Harpy's Featherstorm, they were making that Link 2 as part of their end board.
yeah.
Okay.
Thank God, for once, Konami had the foresight
This
to
was a This
ban
was a
them.
great band section for the list.
Honestly, almost perfect. The only thing they should have added was Di-Fi and Macro.
Yeah. Sorry, Mark, but those cards are stupid.
I think Macro could stay because it's slow enough right now, but definitely Di-Fi.
Di-Fi is really
Well,
annoying
I mean,
right now.
Soul Drain also would have been cool to see, but that's the Draco Tail player. In me.
Alright.
Side note, what other kind of floodgates are we looking at for Draco Tail Cobey?
What are we looking to play around?
Yeah, or to play.
What are we playing? So, I have an interesting take on Draco Tail, which is the deck is super consistent, super powerful, even with the hits that may or may not happen on the next page. To the point where I don't think you need the extra lines for floodgates. I don't think you need to side in unsearchable one-ofs for floodgates. I think you just need to stick to the standard, not standard, but I think you need to stick to the game plan. I think you need to outgrind, outpower, and outmaneuver your opponent.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Those one-offs are... I mean, those floodgates only work for like so long, and then people figure out how to out them, and then that doesn't work.
I think the more you try to add in combo pieces to change it, this is why I don't like the Magistus build either. The more you add combo pieces in to do the Edo lock or to do some of the other things that the deck's able to do that we were just talking about before this, I think the more it loses to Fuwa and Droll and stuff like that,
100%.
which is something the deck does not lose to now. And I don't think we need to. I think that's one of its biggest strengths. I mean, last format, everybody was playing Droll, everybody was playing Nib, and guess who didn't care?
Didn't
Us.
matter.
Yeah. I mean, if we got Fuwood, it was like, oh, okay.
Okay. Well, I guess
Looks
I'll
like
make
I'm not
one
making.
monster and add back fucking 5 mana for next turn, and I'll just do it all on your turn now.
Yeah, it looks like I'm not making spheres.
Yeah, sure, that too.
What's that chat in general? Can someone look?
Do what?
What's that chat in general? I got pinged at.
Not home.
That Owen or
From
Trent?
Owen.
Okay.
Owen.
All right.
Yep.
Limited section. Malulu to 1. Dricketo guys, how do you feel about that?
It's an unfortunate hit, but
It's
out of
whatever.
our main deck monsters that mattered, I'm glad it was Malulu. A lot of people are butthurt that Malulu is technically a better starter than Lucius, just off of like flexibility and how you can play around a bunch of stuff. I think 5 mana is the most important card in our deck. That didn't get hit, and neither did the Stratos. So we have just as easy access to 5 mana as we always have. And that's what I care about. Malulu to 1 actually also makes it to where I don't think it's necessary nor correct to play spheres anymore.
Anything else on Malulu?
No, it's whatever.
Yeah.
There's certain
Yokel.
points where I considered cutting down copies of it.
Yeah. Yokel. I'll touch on Yokel here. Yokel hurts. Yokel was as Cobey has mentioned previously, the best way to play around Droll, going first in the Victor Canine deck or any Canine deck. And the fact that I just bought 3 ultis and I have 3 play sets it hurts a lot. Yeah.
I'm so glad this was the hit. A lot of people were asking for Azuna. A lot of people were thinking Naroi should be banned.
No, Yokel was the hit.
Yokel was always the hit. Yokel was the right move. The only way they can play around Droll now is the 1 copy of Yokel.
Someone Naroi is still playing on Droll.
Yeah, so okay, we'll get into that, but the only decks that will be playing enough Naroi for it to matter.
Vanquish Soul.
I don't even think Vanquish Soul plays more than 1 Naroi.
Yeah,
Now
I'm
that
on
I'm
one.
looking at it, yeah, with Raisin and
Mabov.
Mad Love as your normal summons, I don't think you even want to use your normal summon on Naroi.
No, it's like Christian.
Yeah, Christian.
Like Pure.
That's the one. Christian or Pure or like a Fiendsmith or Mitsurugi, one of those variants where it's like, yeah, you don't really need your normal summon. But the normal summon right now, outside of exactly Draco Tail, is really strong.
Yeah. Yeah. So Yokel hurts. Bridging off Yokel here, Vickers of Holly Sue. It does hurt a lot. It takes away a lot of the turn 0 plays that Vickersol has. But upcoming here in the list, we'll touch on it. Having 3 copies of Stake Your Soul and Raisin back makes pushing into boards a lot easier. So not having to deal with. I mean, we can't play as much turn 0, but we can still play turn 2. I mean, Holly Sue sucks. You're not going to see it as often. Much less of a chance to see Sue plus a fire plus a dark. But, I mean, it is what it is.
I think Joshua Schmidt raised a really good point in one of his latest streams or videos or whatever, which was when he was playing K9 Vanquish Soul.
It doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen. You don't see Holly Sue plus a name plus a fire and a dark anymore, with only 1 raisin. So I think at that point you don't really care that Holly Sue's at 1, especially if you're getting raisin and Stake Your Soul back to 3. I think you're fine with that trade.
I mean, it only happens if you're me and you're crazy and you just sacked Ben like a crazy man. So sorry, Ben, love you.
This is my life.
Timmy.
Oh my goodness. We have a special guest today, guys. Welcome, friend of the podcast, member of Team Maui, Timothy.
Ooh.
Lane Gray.
Gotta do me dirty. Why you gotta do me dirty like that? Hello.
Government name.
Timmy, we're gonna need a face cam, buddy.
Um. Sorry.
No Timmy face cam today.
No face
Guys,
cam
don't
from
get his
Timmy.
face.
Sexy Timmy
Why are we
face.
FaceTime?
So Timmy, so
Let's see.
far,
Okay, I see Cobey. Oh, Benjamin. Oh, look at Big Sexy over here. Okay.
Hey. What's up, dog?
Okay, we got a stream going on.
so we're
All
currently
right.
going over.
All
Oh
right.
my
All
goodness!
right.
Ooh, we got
with the
Timmy.
Harry Potter
Oh.
nugget
We
going
got
on.
Timmy. Oh.
Oh. Hey Tim.
Is that a Harry Potter blankie?
It's a snuggie. Yeah, it's a Harry Potter snuggie.
Whatever. Same different.
Yeah. I'm a sophisticated gentleman.
All right, Timmy. We are currently talking about the ban list and how we feel about it.
Oh, I love it. There's
Yeah.
done more, but I love it.
Yeah, they should have hit DDD Savant Kepler to 0. Debo Star to 0. Wanted to
That's
0.
the best. No, whoa. As
And
a
Trent!
rescue ace player,
And Trent. Okay, we're not getting anything done today, boys.
as a rescue ace player, you want the Bellstar and Wanted gone, my boy.
I ain't got OSS. Why would I want Wanted and Witch?
Low key, I think OSS could come back.
It could have.
I want to play a Whitewood
Oh.
Sinful Spoils pile.
Dude, me
But in
too.
order to do that, I have
Give
to
me
have
OS
OSS.
Give me OSS back to 1.
Yeah, I have to have OSS in order to make that happen.
Let's take a pause here real quick, guys. OSS back to 1 means there are literally 0 hits to Snake Eyes.
That'd be awesome.
No,
Appaloosa.
Ash went back to Ash is still at 1. What are you
Apple.
talking about?
Ash
is at 3.
Apple,
Ash came back to 3.
Warlord,
I know.
Savage Dragon, Baron.
Oak just came back to 3, or was that
What are you talking
Master
about?
Duel? Was that Master
Ben,
Duel? that
you're
Oak just
acting
came
like
back to 3?
there wasn't an entire tier 0 format
Okay.
where Baron and Savage were banned.
Okay, Cobey.
There wasn't.
Moon isn't legal.
You don't get.
Moon gone.
Okay. There was an entire format where Baron, Savage, Moon didn't exist. I mean, am I the only one who goes back and watches old DB Grinder videos?
Yes.
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 Like, what are you watching those for? What information are you trying to gain?
I just like seeing what kind of plays people make.
Kobe's a creeping.
Anyways, Snatchy to 1. Snatchy to
beautiful.
1. Everybody rejoice. If your name isn't exactly Owen or Triff, you're happy about this. Snatchy was like... That deck's dumb.
Okay, but
And
did
it's
you know it
a
loses
lot.
the Primite Imperial Dragon?
Oh, and I can't check my freaking DMs right now.
It does. It does lose to Primite Imperial Dragon. Thank you, Trent.
Yeah, you should ask Owen about it.
Snatchy to 1 is an insane hit to Yummy. Honestly, probably a little too far after they banned Herald.
Hold up. New Unchained support.
Okay, why are you ignoring the most important one on there? It literally says Tune right there.
But new
I'm sorry,
Unchained
where are we
support.
looking here?
Sorry, I'll pull it up. I can't share my DM with Owen. Hold on, let me.
It's in general.
I don't think I can share these DMs. It's in general.
It's in general.
Thank you.
Toon, Witchcrafter, and Unchained are getting Tactical Tri-Pack.
7 new cards.
That's not wild. Between both of them, or like 7 new each?
Everything
No, it
gets
says,
7
and
new
I
cards.
quote, each archetype will get 7 new cards.
That's kind of nuts.
That's insane. If we have time after Genesis, we should talk about what that means.
We can also
Timmy.
talk about some overframe cards and the new Future Fusion, and how good that's going to be for Cyber Dragon.
Tim, we for sure could have if you had joined us last week. Anyways,
That's okay.
Habakiri.
You were going to be here.
Habakiri to 1. Ding dong, the snake is dead. It's not actually. It's a weak hit. It
It's still
sucks.
playable.
It makes an
Yeah, they should've hit
inconsistent
Detonator.
deck even more inconsistent. Raizio is not even like a thought on Konami's brain right now. Raizio hasn't done anything since the emergency ban list, since before the emergency ban list. I mean, we're fine. Let's kind of snap through the rest of these because they're not too interesting. Case for K9 hits consistency of K9 decks. Any major thoughts there other than, hey, let's kind of hit K9 because we hit the other 2 decks?
The only thing with Case is that it took the starter. It took every copy of a canine name down from 4 copies or from 6 copies to 4 copies. Make your yokel 2 copies. So it's like simple as that. VS Canine was already playing 1 to 2. Now you're playing 1 in a chaotic elements, so it's fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say, were there decks that were playing more than 1 or 2 copies of Case?
Nope. It was the
E2
weakest
is
starter.
a major. Yeah. E2 is a major hit to Draco Tail. Not only is it a consistency hit, E2 is probably the second most powerful card in the deck, and it gets you into really weird situations now where if you end up with 2 traps in your grave, your grind game's basically over because you only have the 1 trap to recycle stuff with now. To choose between recycling the key 2 or recycling the traps and continuing your grind game. It's really difficult. I think it kind of makes the new Draco Tail Fusion mandatory to play. Not
I think it forces
mandatory.
everyone to make the new Draco Tail Fusion.
Maybe. I've tested it because MST is in the format. Maybe that's a thing. We'll see. We'll figure it out. But I think the new Fusion is worth picking up and is probably worth taking a look at for sure.
I have a question for you as a resident Draco Tail player.
Sure, what's up, buddy?
Does getting your key to drill beam make you go next or not? Like,
If that is our only play, yes. If not, then no. You ashed
then
it.
you still just play through it, or you?
Yeah. You did nothing but ash my key 2. The traps recycle from banish.
But it banishes. Oh, it doesn't banish face down. Never mind. I'm tweaking. That's Fenrir. Ignore
Yep.
me.
You're good. I
All right,
usually
anything
ignore you
else?
anyways. Nope.
Semi limits.
Control to 2. Woo!
This is great news. Kami sees it's a problem. It'll be going lower and lower in the next upcoming lists. That's all we got to
I
talk
don't think
about.
it will be.
I think it will.
And as soon as Droll's gone, that's when you start seeing Max C coming back. Let's go, baby. Next slide.
Oh hell nah.
Alright, we can run through this really fast. Collapse Servant, Wyver Burster, maybe a good boost for Dragon Link. Nothing too crazy. Dark Refer, I didn't even know it was still on the list. Drident.
One person that's happy about Dark Grapher is Orion Win for Orchist.
Shout out winning cards.
The worst player at your locals will end up forcing that into a Orcus deck. Shout out winning cards. Drident 1 or 3 doesn't matter. Change of Heart, nobody was playing it to begin with. Now that it's at 3, maybe Sky Striker will think about it. Oh well.
Nah, that's heck of hand support right there.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you're right because the fusion takes something you've stolen. Snatch Seal, same thing. Actually, probably a little bit worse. Whatever. You can take Ligers with it, I think, because they said that it doesn't affect equipping. Doesn't affect. I don't know. Inclusion. All it is just a consistency boost to Crystron. I think it adds a little bit more to their combo, maybe, and adds a little bit more to their grind game. The big notes here: Raisin, Stake Your Soul, huge boost to Vanquish Soul K9. It will see play this next format.
Thank you, Konami.
Ashton's very happy about it, especially because I will stop making jokes about why he's only playing one raisin in his decks.
Finally, he'll shut up at work. Yeah, Raisins Take Your Soul, like I said earlier, gives you better ways to break boards and make boards. Losing Holly Sue makes you turn 0 plays weaker. Other than that, deck's in a very playable spot now. You lost 4 cards, you put 4 cards back in, so.
Alright, guys. Now it's time for the main event of today. We are doing our format tier list. So, we have tier 1, 1.5, 2, 3, and pet deck / rogue. You know what? Give me 1 second here.
We gotta add on DDD
No.
for Timmy.
No, what do you mean? What do you mean? Of course not. We had DDD on there.
We totally did. We totally did. I told him to. He didn't believe me.
Sorry about that. Anyways, here we go. Okay, so up first we have Crystron.
Tier 2, I think.
For all of these, we will be taking the perceived best version of each deck. So if it's Crystron, we know it'll be Canine Crystron. Nobody's going to play Pure right now, especially with Canine still being at a relatively good power. Canine Crystron, any qualms with tier 2?
I think it's good right there. It still has the problem of it goes crazy going first and can't really go second, so.
I like it. Alright. Memento. Memento, you can do Fiendsmith, you can do Canine, you can do both. Honestly,
I was thinking
I'm thinking 3 because it's a very complicated deck. It's a very complicated deck. A lot of 1-ofs. It takes a really good pilot. I mean, we have one Hayden who plays this deck, or at least tried to play this deck for a while. And let's just say seeing him play it versus seeing somebody like Mahan play it, who's another local guy, it's night and day. The deck is crazy in some people's hands. It's terrible in other people's hands. You can't stumble your way through it. I think it's 3 only because I think with a good pilot, I think you're at close to 1.5. I think average pilot, we're looking at 3.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Go next.
Okay, let's move on. Raizio, easy 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think if you're doing Mitsurugi, if you're doing Raizio Mitsurugi, the bridge isn't there anymore. Yeah. I honestly, I think Onomat's the way to go here.
And even then, you lose harder to Fua Droll.
You lose to Fua, you lose to Droll, you lose to Perulia, all cards that all the top decks except for Draco Tail loses to. I think all 3 of those cards will see major play. We can keep Raizio in a tier 3 section. Malice.
Rogue deck.
I'm gonna call it Rogue now.
I'm hoping to call it Rogue. I'm so hoping to call it Rogue. This deck has been the bane of my existence for how long? A year. A year this deck has been legal. And playable. Super playable. White Binder gone. Their best form of interruption on your turn's gone. Their best way to continue playing through interruption is gone. I think the deck's dead.
It died.
Finally.
It died, and it died now.
Damn right. Enneacraft, I'm putting that in Rogue. I don't know if you guys have
seen what that deck
does.
No, what does it do? What does it do? Can someone just give me the
Laredo's piloting it, so it has to be Rogue.
It just stalls to try and burn you to death is effectively all it's doing.
It sits on floodgates.
Floodgates and towers.
Yeah, I mean it's big flip guys who can flip themselves up to activate an effect. I mean, they can respond to your activations by flipping themselves face up, and then they also have flip effects. I think it's
tier 3.
I think it's 3 right. Okay, I'll put it at the bottom.
It catches you by surprise. It can steal some games.
Yeah.
If you don't know what the cards do, you're gonna have a rough time.
It gets even worse when they get their wave of support.
When they get their
Yeah,
next
that's
wave of
Ben.
support, it will get better.
I got one for you too, Tim, if you need it.
What's up?
And I got one for Adam.
Fiend Slop, I think
Oh,
Can
I
you
was-
put it in Rogue now?
Yeah.
I think you can put Engravers away, guys. Actually, you know what? There's
I don't.
one.
Hold on. Are we talking Fiend Stop just like a pure Fiendsmith deck or the engine?
No, the deck. So like the Fiendsmith
Okay. Okay.
with the
The Live Twins or the
Live
Unchained
Twins.
stuff or Musketeers
Okay.
or whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
or even just the like Cashiera Fiendsmith that was going around for a while.
That is the
Vistula
best deck
Fiendsmith.
ever. Ask me and Owen.
Yeah, they both historically got their invites that day, right? Perfect. Okay. Draco Tail, I think this is the easiest deck to put in Tier 1. Fallen of the White Dragon, as I've said over and over again, is the craziest card I've ever read. I think the branded version of this deck will be the deck to beat. The Magistus deck is fake. Don't play the Magistus cards, please, whatever you do.
Do you
God,
think
that
right
makes-
now it's a one? Like before we get the ban list, do you think it's that one?
Before the ban list?
and before the new set?
Before the new set, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, what's the other contenders right now? Mind you, there's 3 days. There's 4 days in between the ban list and the new set releasing. So this is post Burst Protocol.
Okay.
That's the thought. But even in those 4 days, it's absolutely Draco Tail. The only other contender up there was
Vanquish K9
Yummy.
in
Yummy.
the 4 days.
Yummy. Oh, you know what? Vanquish K9 might give it a run for its money in those 4 days.
Yes.
Probably beat it. Probably be better. But after Burst Protocol, I think this is the deck to beat. I think there's no question on that. Striker,
2.
thinking 2. Yeah.
It's
I
a great
think-
deck going
I think-
second.
Yeah, the board breaking capabilities of that deck is insane. It doesn't lose. Droll to 2 is a big buff to that deck.
Yeah. Roll to 2. Hell yeah.
I mean, there's not much to say about Striker at this point. It's gonna get new support here next month.
Which is wild.
I mean, as a hero player, okay, I wish I got Sky Striker levels of support.
Shut up.
Bro, you get a new card every set, a new unplayable card every set.
Exactly, and you know what? We're getting 2 playable cards each at 1 copy in Mesa Muertes. 31 ofs. Anyways, Art Mage.
Art Mage.
Yeah,
3.
Medius. 3. I think it's 3. I
That'll
think
catch you off
I
guard.
think I mean, it'll catch you off guard. The new card's really good. We're about to get the new Power Patron stuff. That stuff will be really good. It did win a regional.
Now we're getting Elven notes. Power Patron shit isn't until Blazing Dominion.
Yeah,
We
no, that's
didn't
what I'm
play.
saying.
We forgot
This-
Elven Notes on this list.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
I'm gonna put it right there with Medius.
Yeah, I think both of the decks can be signified by this. Elven Notes and Art Mage, right there in Tier 3. The only other deck that we have right now is Doomsy, and that can go comfortably in Pet deck. That deck is terrible.
Yeah.
I should know I have some of the cards. Mitsurugi.
2.
You think 2?
I think 2.
I
Yeah.
think 2.
It's so good.
Okay, is this tier list pre or post ban list?
This is
Um,
post.
Post First Protocol.
It's all post. This will also get. Mitsurugi will also get a buff in Blazing Dominion, which will help it out a lot and make it seem like Habakiri to 1 didn't even do anything.
Now, we're not doing post Blazing Dominion, but yes, that is important. It does get a new searcher in Blazing Dominion. It also technically gets a new searcher with the TCG exclusive archetype in the next set. It's just really bad and adds
Yay.
more bricks to a Mitsurugi deck.
Dino stuff, yay!
Yeah. Ashton, aren't you glad you picked up those misks?
Yeah, they're sitting right here on my desk. I got 2 more QCRs sitting. Oop,
I
chip on the floor.
apologize. I thought that deck would be a little bit.
I got 2 more here, and there's a third one in my deck.
I thought that those cards would be a little bit better, and I thought Misk would come back. I apologize.
The third one showed up
He was
yesterday.
thinking these new Dino cards would be like on the same level as Mitsu.
Uh-huh.
He was wrong.
No, I just thought that my entire theory behind it is people love dinos. TCG exclusive archetype based around Jurassic Park is going to be big. I figured it was going to be decent. Misk is generic dino support. And we were going to get a ban list around the same time. I thought the upside of picking up Misks was a lot better than the downside of waiting.
Mm-hmm.
And it still is. When Misk comes back to 3, guarantee you those skyrocket.
No, don't be putting thoughts like that out into the world, dude. When Misk goes back to 3, we don't need that card back.
Misk is a
we
fine
don't need the card at 1. No.
What the
Have
hell is
you
wrong
read
with you?
Misk? Have you read Misk?
The only
Now
two
read it to
cards
us
that
right now. Read it to
interact
us
with
right now.
Misk is not Omega, Gamma and Called By. And Called By don't do nothing on turn 0.
What do you mean?
It's
You just
literally-
the orange light.
Oh my god.
But Tim, have you read Misk?
Yes, I've read Misk.
Can you read it to us right now? You have it on your desk, right? Just read it to us.
Yeah, for sure.
It says
During the main phase, quick effect, you can send this card from your hand to the
your
graveyard.
opponent can't run.
Shut
nothing.
up, Tim. During
That's
this
what it says.
During
Your
this
opponent
main phase, dino monsters you control are unaffected by opponent's activated effects. Banish any number of dinos from the grave, including this card. Special a dino from the deck with a level equal to the number of monsters banished by this effect. So it's fine.
It's fine. It can come back to 3, and you know what? Even
Oh
more
my
so
God.
than that, even more so than Misk can come back to 3, Sing and Summoning can come back to 3.
Yes, it
moving
can.
on. Moving on. Springin's Tier 1, baby.
Shut up.
Tier 1.
Shut up.
Deck to beat
the
right
fuck up.
there, baby. No, obviously Springin's is...
Big
let me
booty
rearrange.
garbage.
Springin's is
1.5.
terrible. I will be playing... Yeah, right there. I will be bringing it to the next regional, guaranteed. White Forest.
Tim?
Okay. So I'm going to go 1.5, and I have an argument for it.
Whoa.
There's
that's
an
crazy.
argument for it. So here's the thing with Whitewoods. It got a buff on the ban list. You get that shit out of 3 right now. You disrespectful. So it gets a buff on the ban list with Droll being gone. And if we're talking post burst, I'm in this moment. I'm going to include Maze. The deck is going to get a bigger buff in Maze in the form of Dragoon with the new Dark Magician support. That's completely free, by the way. Completely free. Doesn't change the fact that the deck loses.
$90 card, by the way.
What does that got to do with nothing?
I don't know. You said free.
Exactly.
The deck Diabel Control is a viable way to play that deck, and it gives it great lines. It has great lines under Meows, and already inherently, it's got good lines under Fua. It just sucks against Perulia. That's the only thing about it. The entire end board, it's a big end board, but everything is layered. You can play around everything. I dropped 1 game at that box tournament against Blue Eyes, and that's because he was able to summon Magia. But Whitewoods, in my humble, unbiased opinion, is a 1 point. You guys would probably say 2. I think it's got the argument to be a solid 1.5 deck. It's got access to fantastic non-engine in the form of Black Goat. The Sinful Spoils of Betrayal Silvera Trap is fantastic right now. What? What the fuck is it? What?
No, he said
Tim
it.
put it up. Tim put it up.
That's crazy. That's crazy. You got my player, bro. You got.
What did you guys do to him?
Okay, hold on. Because so like he said he lost. Tim, you said you lost to a Blue Eyes player because he made Magia. How did you let him make Magia?
I went
He didn't
second.
open any.
The fuck?
He didn't open any hand traps. Okay, can I do a counterpoint to you, Tim?
No.
He said no.
Okay, anyways, you're right. The deck does lose very hard to Perulia. Perulia is going to be a very common card this format because both Radiant Typhoon and Vanquish Soul have hard time playing around it, and even Draco Tail tries to summon at least two times from the from the hand. So I think Perulia is going to be around and kick in this format. It loses to Droll, which, again, Vanquish Soul and Radiant Typhoon both have a hard time around Droll. I think the limited space for non-engine also hurts. You do get to play Black Oat Lash, you get a main deck evenly matched, but when Draco Tail sets up their full board, I think it's really hard to play through all of that interruption. I think Vanquish Soul is able to dodge a lot of the shit that you're talking about. Uh, I just think it's a very difficult matchup or format right now for specifically Whitewoods. I don't underestimate the power of that deck. That deck uninterrupted can do cold
Scary.
fusion. I mean, everybody knows that the end board is ridiculous. If you know what you're doing, you can make some of the scariest boards in all of Yu-Gi-Oh right now with that deck. I think it has a hard time going second. I think it has a hard time dealing with a lot of the power cards that are going to be seen in every deck. I don't know a single list that isn't going to be playing Perulia and Droll. Even Fua, I mean, obviously Fua is going to be in everybody's deck, but your ceiling does go down under Fua. You have lines under it, and I understand that. I've seen them in person. I think I have a hard time placing it much higher than bottom of tier 2, top of tier 3.
Okay. It's not limited in the non-engine that it can play. I'm currently playing 18 non-engine in my deck right now. I think most decks play anywhere from 12 to 18, so I think that argument is invalid. The most decks have a hard time going second into a lot of things with just engine. Non-engine is where you win the go second fight, is with your hand traps and your board breakers and however you plan for that. So like the limits that you're putting on the White Forest in that regards are the same limits that would also be applied to every other deck out there.
I disagree on a little bit of that. I think Radiant Typhoon has a really good going second game plan. I mean, their entire deck is board breakers.
Vanquish Soul, same thing.
Vanquish Soul is almost made to go second.
Going
it
second,
isn't,
going
put up
second,
a
I
good
would
board.
rather see a handful of engine than non-engine if I'm trying to crack a board. I can crack a board with just Vanquish Soul engine any day of the week.
And Draco Tail, the best part of those cards is the fact that they can break boards. There are interruptions with the 5 mana in your hand and all that, but just being able to trigger all of those, set your stuff, and break your board at the same time, let alone the fact that Fallen in the White Dragon is possibly the best board breaker we've seen in a while. That card breaks boards like none other. I mean, summon it, send Ecclesia. Ecclesia can shuffle back, bounce a card without activating anything on field. It summons the Ecclesia from the main deck. That can tag out for a Fallen of the Albaz. If you don't have a response to that, that's making a Mirror Jade, which is sucking up one of your monsters and then banishing another while also getting follow up in the terms of Albion sending not Albion, Dragon that Devours the Dogma in the end phase to add you a Fallen in the Virtuous to then pop another card on your field, sending an Albion resetting a Fallen in the Virtuous to use on your turn. I think it's very, very easy and acceptable for a lot of these decks to break boards right now. And I think Whitewoods can, especially with their ability to main deck evenly matched and not be punished by it in any way. I think it is just a little bit worse at a lot of the things that a lot of the decks can do right now.
I have just a quick question.
Yeah, Trent.
So I'm looking on here on the all the decks on here, and I
Yeah.
noticed that Millennium's not on here, and we're actually getting new support in the form of Gaia. So I was just curious as to where it was at.
Rogue.
So you see this Freeman's card right here?
Uh-huh.
We're gonna put it right here. We're gonna put it
Okay.
right below it. Okay.
Okay.
You know what,
Okay.
Tim, I will do you one better here. I'll put it above Mitsurugi, less as a buff for Whitewoods, and more so because I don't believe Mitsurugi is a viable deck right now. I don't think anything below here is a viable deck either, but Mitsurugi is so inconsistent right now that I don't fully believe. Tier 2 in power, Tier 3 in consistency. So I'll put it above that, but I don't think you can get much higher than the sheer card advantage that Sky Striker is able to play plus the power cards. I don't think you can go any higher than Crystron K9, which will set up the best end board out of any of the decks this format, and it's sure as shit not going any higher than that.
I say we can move on.
On res response. Next K9.
Number 1.
Yeah. It's tier 1.
I think for
It was
4
tier
days. I think for 4 days it's better than Dracotail. Then after that, it's going to be a hard press to see who comes out on top, but probably Dracotail's going to be on top of it.
I think
Did you
Dracotail
say it's
is
gonna turn into a who wins the die roll?
Yes.
No. I don't think it's that. I think both decks have a really good, really. I mean, we just went over this. They both have a really sufficient time going second. I think much like the Dracotail mirror match, it's entirely hand dependent.
Yes, this is correct.
Whether you're going first or second.
Even today, me and Easton had a Dracotail versus Vanquish Soul matchup, and it came down to who opened the right cards in the hand, and I opened the wrong cards.
Facts.
Skill issue.
Some might say he had opened no cards with how he played.
Honestly, yeah. Okay, Rescue Ace 3. It's 3.
Nobody's playing evenly matched right now. I'll put it above any craft.
Yeah.
K9.
Pure K9
Pure
down
K9.
to 3, or down to. It's in 3.
Pure K9, I don't know if you play. I think K9 plus another small engine like K9 Mitsurugi or.
Can you
K9.
play pure K9 anymore? Like actually with the hits?
Yeah.
The K9 was never a deck designed to be pure.
I
think
know,
K9,
but like
K9 Fiendsmith is playable.
Is Tim still here?
Tim's here. He's not talking though.
I'll just because
Pure
what
K9
Jokel's going to 1.
Jokel's
Case
to
is
1,
going to
Cases
1.
to 1.
Joko to 1, Case to 1.
Yes, Ben. Thank you.
I think it will have some consistency issues, even though you're able to max out on Naroi. You guys don't have a good normal summon. Joko to 1 means that your pushes are pretty small.
Yeah.
So I don't.
I think it's below Archmage.
Yeah, below Archmage, maybe a little bit above this, because it can put out some pretty good boards.
Yeah.
Mixed with the right engines, and it can play a lot of non-engine. Yummy. Okay.
1.5. It's
After
still
ban
really
list,
good.
1.5
It's
still?
still really good.
After the ban list, it is a lot easier to deal with. Yes, it is a lot easier to deal with the engine itself. I think when you mix it with another engine like the Radiant Typhoon that Trith loves to yell about fucking 30 million interruptions and blah 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 blah, it is still perfectly viable. I do think you are kind of taking down some of the better parts of Yummy, being the just pure like boom snatchy, bring it all back, boom boom boom. Now you got to play a lot of the link Karibos and the link spiders and stuff like that, which having on your end board is useless. So you have to kind of really decide, hey, does my opponent have nib in their hand? If I think they do, then I have to go snatchy here instead of link spider. It's just a lot easier to kind of mess with now. Plus a bestial on snatchy is a lot more viable now.
Yeah. It's kind of like back in 2019 when they limited Kagari. It comes down to when is the right time to drop the one snatchy.
Yeah. Still perfectly fine. Like the combos are damn near the same. It's just a lot easier to interrupt now. Blue Eyes.
It's still
Can you
3.
can you just put it in one? Like, can you just put it in one for just like 1 second? Just like, can you just put it at the top
That's
of
a
one
pet-
for just like
that's
1
a pet
second?
deck,
Right.
bro.
Screenshot,
Deck.
Trent. Trent, get your screenshot. Get your screenshot.
Okay, yeah, hold on. Give me like, hold on, real quick.
Get your screenshot.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Anyways, so a dragon deck in a format where the best deck is playing Fallen of the Albaz is just not going to work out.
And you can even,
No,
if you
I'm
want to
gonna
skip
make it
ahead
work.
real fast, Dragon Link, same thing.
Yeah, dragon.
What if we put Blue Eyes at the top of 3? Thoughts?
No.
No. Anyways, okay. Branded.
2.
I'm thinking there.
2.
I think the deck's good. The deck's. I think the deck is Memento, but to an even higher level. The worst player will show up at your locals with 3 of the branded structure deck, make a mirror jade, and not understand that it adds in the end, that the monsters it sends adds in the end phase. That was me my first week of Yu-Gi-Oh. But the best player on the planet of branded, I have a hard time saying that any deck fully beats them. I think branded is a crazy deck. It always has been, and with the new support, it just gets even better.
That deck has the lowest power floor and the highest power ceiling, I think, in modern Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah. Dark Lord.
Pet deck.
Pet deck, you think?
Yeah. Sorry, Easton, but it's a pretty pet deck.
Brother, I said pet deck.
Okay.
He did say pet deck.
Brother.
Okay.
Listening, brother.
Cool
Cool
Tune?
Tune.
It's getting tops.
I think it's above
like
any
actually
draft.
getting tops.
Honestly,
Pretty dog shit.
Right there looks like a good spot.
It's
I'm
actively winning regionals.
yeah, like I think it's a good deck. I think it's just not good enough. It gets actively worse this next format because the power level of like every other deck increases and it stays the same. After Burst Protocol, we can revisit it and say, okay, maybe this is worth looking at again, but right now it's not.
Yeah.
I have a hot take here.
Exo's pretty
I think
solid.
Exo Sister is the best deck at utilizing Shifter. I didn't want to say the best Shifter deck because yes, Vanquish Soul will be playing Shifter, but I think Exo Sister is the best deck at utilizing it. I think it's gonna main deck 3, die 5. It's a small combo that ends on a good bit of interruption and usually a floodgate or 2. It's really nice, and it is technically possible to turn skip people.
And Exo Sisters all trigger on the Dracotail stuff and on the Maker Soul stuff that moves from grave. So
Not only that, the new spell makes them banish a card out of their grave.
yes.
So that against Dracotail is really huge if they make us banish our 5 mana or whatever we do. Hecka-Hands / Hecka-Hands Chimera. It's a cool deck. I think it's a really cool deck. I think it's about there though. Thoughts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easton, this was your idea. What's your thoughts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Time for the man.
The
Man
man
time.
two.
Man time.
Ooh, for real?
It's
Okay, here-
always been a good deck.
It's
It's
it
really good going
operates on a
first.
different plane. It operates on a different plane than every other deck in the format, right? It doesn't really care about Perulia.
Okay.
It doesn't care about Fua. It doesn't care about Droll. It doesn't care about Nib. It does the same thing that Draco Tail was able to do last format, where it kind of just shrugs off most hand traps, while also. Okay, actually,
It bricks really hard.
it breaks really hard and it loses hard to Radiant Typhoon.
I think 2's a good spot for it.
Yeah, end of 2. Radiant Typhoon.
1.
Yeah, I think it's 1, but I think it's
The worst in the 1.
the weakest one because of the consistency issues. I think it is really inconsistent to the point where people are playing Extrav in it. It's just you need to see a mix of monsters and a lot of quick plays, and if your Crocea gets bowed or a quick play you need to resolve gets ashed, I mean, you're kind of just sitting on a bunch of big guys that do nothing in your hand. Loses to Perulia. It really hurts, or Droll really hurts it. I think it's a good deck. It's gonna be one of the best decks, but I think it's clearly the third best deck.
Yeah.
Canine Fur Hire. I'm thinking 2.
Top of 3.
Top of 3. Okay, the same reasoning I think of a lot of things, which is, or same reason I thought of it during the Sprite Runic kind of days, Sprite Runic Fur Hire, which is you draw a bunch of cards, but you're drawing into Fur Hires.
Yeah. It also takes a really good pilot to play for hire.
That it does. Lucas Sacco's been making a lot of videos. I don't watch them, but
So
he's been
not
making
him.
a lot of videos on them.
If you don't watch them, how'd you know?
I don't watch the videos.
But they pop up.
Yeah,
Yes, they
No,
pop
he
up.
watches. No, he watches them.
I don't. But anyways,
He's making them at night.
He saves them. He's watching them at night.
This is all after dark.
Gem Knight.
What happened to Gem Knight?
He's doing it after dark.
Gem Knight. What happened to Gem Knight? I have no idea.
What happened
Honestly,
to Scott? I don't know.
I think it's bottom of 2.
Like, it's still a really good deck. It can main all 9 Charmies, and
Quit playing, dude.
it
This
Gem
list is
Knight
crazy.
takes a
There's so
really
many decks on here that I
good-
would have just put into Rogue.
Gem Knight takes a really good
I'm just
pilot
not
is the
off
issue.
It does need a really good pilot. It
You
takes a lot of thought.
cannot fuck up in Gem Knight. If you do, you lose the game.
If you don't, you usually win.
It's not one of those brain dead Tempai decks where you can just slap a thing
Hey,
in
chill.
something and win the game.
No, say that
You-
one more time.
You two both know
Yeah, run out one more
Tempai
time.
was the most brain dead deck you could play. It took some thought, but it was pretty brain dead.
I don't know. I think doing the same Snake Eyes combo over and over and over again was pretty brain dead.
Oh, it was. To me, it was. I did it a lot. Like it was.
Yeah.
But
anyways,
Tempai was pretty more brain dead.
Tempai
Cobey,
wasn't that hard.
Go ahead, put fucking heroes in Rogue.
No, I agree. I'm just trying to figure out.
It's worse than Fiendsmith, better than Springins.
I think it's worse than Springins.
Nibiru, that's why.
It's not just Nibiru. Droll's still around. Perulia's still around. Fua, we don't have a good line against. There is no. It's kind of an all or nothing deck. I mean, you can kind of end on like a DPE plus a plasma sometimes, which doesn't do too much against a lot of the decks. You can end on DP Darklaw, but like again, half the decks on this list are playing Di-Fi or Shifter. It's just not good enough. Plus, you play like 31 ofs. It's just not, no. Mind you, favorite deck of all time, deck is trash right now. After Mesa Muertes, though, solid.
Rizio number 2.
Rizio number 2 is going right there.
What's on there twice?
Lunalight? I don't know. I must.
Lunalight, tier 2.
Yeah, I think right. Okay. Here's what I'll say. I think if a lot of people are playing Lunalight, I think it's
Bottom of
tier 2, like down here somewhere. If Lunalight isn't expected, I think it's kind of up here.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's got to have an out.
Yeah.
As soon as you stop playing the out,
that.
that's when it becomes a problem.
Lunalight also needs a really good pilot. It's one of those
It
you
does.
can't fuck up decks. Like, I fuck up the deck a lot, not when I'm playing it. It's a hard deck to play.
Yeah, you do.
But with Herald gone now, you can like fuse regularly just fine. But Di-Fi is still around, so it sucks a little more. Like, it's one of those decks where it's kind of weird. I like 2.
I wanna
Send
change.
the Liger to grave.
I want to change that around real quick.
All right, Tim. Where's
Dude,
DDD
I found
going?
The best card ever, dude. Look, I just found it.
DDD. Hell yeah.
Tim, where's this
Weren't
going?
you just talking? Weren't you just talking about
In
that
your
card?
butt.
You probably mentioned it like an hour ago when we first started this podcast.
Timmy, DDD, where are we putting it?
Welcome back. Sorry, I was gone.
Timmy?
We had some shit get delivered, and then not all of the shit was delivered.
Ah.
Sorry.
DDD.
What are we doing?
DDD.
DDD. You came
DDD.
back
I
the
will-
right time.
Okay. Side note, I want to hear the argument for rating Typhoon because I'm still not sold that deck's any fucking good.
Brother, I just
DD
got
He
fucking
just bought
clapped.
this deck, by the way. He
We'll come back,
just
we'll come
bought
back, we'll
this
come
deck.
back.
I know. I know.
We'll come back to it.
Honestly, tier 2. Tier 2 is solid for DDD. DDD
Dude,
is
the
really
Link
good when
monster
it goes
fixes
first.
all the problems for that deck.
Draco Tail. It's got a very, very good Draco Tail matchup when it goes first. And because of that, I think it gets an inherent power boost. It gets some brownie points because Caesar is a fuck card. You have access to Caesar, you have access to plenty of non-engine, like you do have a good source of non-engine. You have access to Impulse, which is
Impulse is
huge.
crazy.
So like going first, Caesar plus Impulse, Drake, you're not doing Draco Tail isn't doing anything without like some cracked non-engine going into a DDD board. Against a lot of other things, DDD is probably I'd put it right up there with Gem Knight in terms of it is the deck that you have to have a competent pilot in order for the deck to be good. The combos are completely streamlined from what they used to be, but it's still low-key like a half-ass spreadsheet deck. You have to know what you're doing and where you're going and how you're going to get there before you do anything in order for it to work. Plus it's also the best turn 3 deck in the game right now. And I will die on that hill.
Tim, I'll fight you on that.
It is the best turn 3 deck on the in the game.
Fallen of the White Dragon is 3 different forms of follow-up on its own.
Okay, that's fine. You have to play through what my clock back actually is, and then I just contact fuse out a pseudo Cal Yuga that is a flame wingman and does piercing and can attack everything.
Pause real quick. I'm sorry. Best tier 3. Okay, so you're saying gotta crack your board, your DDD board, which isn't a very impressive board.
Isn't a very impressive board?
It is a very
okay.
impressive board. Yeah, like nobody's doubting that. DDD board is up there with the White Forest boards, where it's just a crazy end board. Same with Crystron, crazy end board. Going second, it struggles, but like it is a crazy end board. So you got to try to crack it. Which we have talked about how the the top decks are cracking boards pretty easily, but still, DDD end board is very impressive, especially with that Caesar. That Caesar is a problem for Draco Tail. If you don't see Fallen in the Virtuous, it's really hard to beat that. But still, so you're saying if we don't crack your board, you go into a like a hot red or a Kali Yuga kind of card that just OTKs? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I don't mean just like if you crack the board.
If you don't crack the board, that's what I'm saying.
No, like even if you do crack the board, because you can contact fuse out. Oh God, what's the big Armageddon dude? What's his name? Hold on, I have it right. So like you already set up follow up throughout your combo, right?
Sure.
Oh, that's K9 Cyber Dragon. But you already set up follow up for your combo. If you don't deal with the pendulum scales, you're gonna get free pendulums. A lot of the stuff can revive it back, and then cards go off when you revive everything back. So like you already have a follow up that you can go through that your opponent's gonna have to stop, and then after they stop all of that, you just contact fuse out this guy.
Interesting.
Hold on. I'll read you that. There's two other things that go into it. But I'll read you the text on Mr. Armageddon. Arc Crisis. So it's must be either fusion summoned or special summoned from your face down extra deck by banishing the above cards from your field and or graveyard. It's 4 fiend monsters, 1 fusion, 1 synchro, 1 exceed, and 1 pendulum to fit the DDD theme of all of the summoning mechanics, right? Wait, if you special summoned, you can negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent controls, which isn't the most impressive into something like Draco Tail, because all of your interruptions are in the form of, like, you're not putting end-born pieces out, you're doing things throughout the turn, and then activating cards. So like that, against Draco Tail specifically, isn't really all that great.
I think that's the same thing about Vanquish Soul and Radiant Typhoon, where their monster effects on field at any given time aren't exactly the most important thing.
Right. So, what you do is you line this all up in the combo. You have the Synchro King Clovis, which is the new Synchro out of Dude, the new common Synchro out of Dude. And then you have Wise King Solomon, which is the rank 4 super out of Dude. Those both have effects that when you banish them, you can target one of your DDD guys, and one of them will give him piercing, and one of them will give him the Flame Wingman if it destroys an opponent's monster by a battle, inflict damage equal to that attack. So like you get an OTK machine, a 4K beat stick that can attack everything. It does piercing, and it's gonna burn you after your entire clapback. And so if you don't have all of the like, you're gonna spend a bunch of resources outing the DDD board regardless. And then what little bit you're gonna have, you have to be able to defend against the clapback, and then you have to defend against the big OTK. So, and because you don't have to play like heavy poly, not everyone playing DDD is playing heavy poly. But because of the fact that it's a miracle contact fusion, it makes it very hard to play around. So you always kind of have it in your back pocket, as long as you're able to do, part of your combo, because you still have to have access to a synchro and then exceeds to vanish and stuff like that.
Just to be clear here, sorry. That can banish the cards from the graveyard to summon itself out, yeah? Like inherently, or does it need like a heavy poly or whatever?
No, it doesn't activate. It's just a contact fuse. It's like Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, but you can banish as well.
From the grave? Yeah.
Hand, field, and grave.
Oh, that's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty good.
So, because you can go from everywhere, it makes it a whole lot harder to play around.
Yeah. Can I raise you one, just a little bit? Or not even raise you. Just kind of hit you with it.
Yeah.
Hit what Draco Tail's gonna do.
Yeah, I get it, dude. Draco Tail's best deck.
No. You were talking about the best like turn 3 decks. I just wanted to let you know what that means. Fallen of the White Dragon on its own will set up a Cartesia either in hand or on field that can freely special summon itself because of Fallen of Albaz is in the grave. And Ecclesia, Synchro Ecclesia on field, usually. And maybe it's in the graveyard, in which case it's a piece of removal. But if it's still on field, it tags out for Fallen of the Albaz. And you're going to end on a Branded Fusion because you Fallen in the Virtuous. You set Fallen in the Virtuous off Fallen of the White, sending Albion earlier, or the turn 1. Right, so you got Branded Fusion, you got Cartesia to fuse, and you've got Albaz to remove 2 bodies, hypothetically. Plus all the Draco Tail follow-up, which Draco Tail is known for its grind game. Less so now after the ban list. But that card is crazy, Tim, I'm not going to lie. And that is incredibly impressive. Is it... How far into the combo can you have that, like, backup plan set up?
By the time you bring it your first synchro, you can. And it gets better and more accessible with Burst Protocol because we get the new fusion.
Okay. So you usually go Xyz, Fusion, Synchro in that order, kind of? Like, when you're building your board, right? Turn 1.
When you're going turn 1, you make an Xyz first, and then a Link, and then a Fusion, and then a Synchro. But it's all, it's not... You have nib protection.
Yeah, from the Link.
After you make the Link, you have nib protection, and then, like, right after you make the Fusion, you make the Synchro.
Okay. So it's fairly easy to get to the components of that.
Yeah,
I know the end. I know the
deck
end.
will start playing Swirl Slime because right now we just play Necro Slime because that's the only good one. But with Alfred, you make the argument to play a copy of Swirl Slime, which also makes it better and fast tracks it slightly better. It just wasn't good making Genghis because with Genghis you have to have something set up already because Alfred can shuffle back the same materials that you used to summon him. It makes it a lot better and makes getting to things a lot quicker.
That's fair. Okay. I dig that. I do dig that.
I think DDD is gonna be a sleeper thing. Like if you're not prepared for it, if you don't know how to play against it, I think that it's gonna steal some slots in this format against everything except for Radiant Typhoon.
Yeah, Radiant Typhoon pop the scales.
Yeah, pop the scales, pop the contracts. It's kind of GG's.
But all right, guys. Any last minute changes we think need to be made?
Yeah, we didn't add a Goki Canine to the list.
Okay, so you see where Stratos is?
Yeah.
Put him behind him.
No, put it above Stratos.
Yeah,
Okay,
probably.
so now that Stratos is behind Plunder, where are we putting Millennium?
Oh, Plunder. We're putting Plunder up.
Plunder. There's no wind ship, so.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
I need to know. We need to have a discussion about Radiant Typhoon.
Okay.
Ooh, who wants this?
Because I've done nothing but try and...
Me.
Oh, it's gold? I want to burn it. Oh, I forgot to mention that in my argument for Whitewoods. One of the biggest issues with Whitewoods was Yummy, because Yummy can put up Herald, and you lose half of your combo before you can get to a point that you can threaten the Herald.
Mm-hmm.
And now that Herald's gone, that issue is also gone. So, Droll going to 2, Herald getting banned are indirect, very good buffs for Whitewoods.
That's fair. Just like not about the tier list, but just so you are aware, Radiant Typhoon will be main deck, maybe not main
We'll
decking,
be
but
playing Di-Fi.
we'll be playing Di-Fi, and obviously
I'm-
Bangersoul Canine will be playing
They
Shifter.
are
so.
playing Di-Fi. They play 3 of them, and if you're at them, you see it all 3 games. And on the
That's what we
3rd
picked for
game,
today.
you see 2 of them. And Ben outs one of them, but then he has another one, and it's awesome.
Yep.
Hell
picked
yeah.
for yesterday.
So here's
It
the
was
thing.
sick. Easton, it was sick, huh? You saw it.
I've been doing nothing but trying to learn this deck, and but post protocol. So like with the Link Monster and Elation and shit. And I'm not gonna lie, every single thing that I've seen, I'm not convinced that this deck is good. Let alone supposed to be one of the best decks of the format. Like, I'm not convinced that this deck is good.
It's just weird to play against.
Because every time I never see anybody try to make the Link 2, and that doesn't make sense to me because the Link 2 gives you access to the card that says negate all your opponent's shit. And I never see anybody go for the Link. I've never seen... The only thing really that I've seen... Triff just made a video about Radiant Typhoon, but he's playing
don't watch
46
that.
cards and like triple of everything. I'm like,
Don't
I don't
watch
think that's correct. And like he portrayed a combo, but he's playing 4 quick plays in the main first turn, and I'm like, you're gonna burn through all of your shit. That doesn't make sense to me. But in every other like live duel replay that I've watched of that deck, I see how much Droll hurts. And so that makes me feel better about Droll going to 2 with trying to play the deck and like learn it. But I don't know, because it's all just layered interruption. And you're just making a whole like field and graveyard and shit of layered interruption, and then cards that can come back. You get a main phase and the draw phase, which is really cool because you can play half of your combo without even having to worry about Droll. That way, when you do get to the point that you can be Drolled, you just do whatever, like the actual search that you need.
I think the big thing about the deck is that it does just have an inherently good matchup against Draco Tail.
I need to get double cyclones for it because I see the value in double cyclone.
I don't see value in double cyclone specifically for that deck where you're main decking 40 copies of Mystical Space Typhoon.
Because it's a quick play that outs another one of your trap cards that also triggers all of your big monsters. It literally does everything that you need it to, and then some. In this deck specifically.
To me, it just seems like you can also just like activate MST and pop your.
Well, so a lot of the deck, especially with the trap card, is like Gulamel, and you have to chain 2 an MST. So you want to hold your MST for the end of the chain for it to do something. So if I'm like starting with MST and I don't have another MST, and you flame, and I don't have a way to get that off the board. Okay, what's that doing for me? It's not doing anything. Well, I'm gonna have some monsters that are gonna go off in a new chain, but like all of the good things that go off, like Mandate, to actually negate your cards, has to chain to MST.
I don't think you start with MST almost ever, right? Like you live off of the other quick plays, and then if I flame negate, you use MST to pop the thing I was trying to negate.
Or I can just chain double cyclone and flame will resolve without effect, and I'm gonna out your other trap card and make your grind game almost pointless.
I understand the concept behind double cyclone. I think in a deck such as Radiant Typhoon, maybe it's not worth it near as much.
I think that it's the most worth it in Radiant Typhoon.
Maybe. I honestly, to me, the most worth it is in Sky Striker or Mitsurugi. But
Wait, so no, hold on. So, but what are they doing for that deck? So we'll take Mitsurugi. We'll go Mitsurugi. What is Double Cyclone doing for Mitsurugi that makes it good?
So Mitsurugi and and Mitsurugi and Sky Striker both have spell cards that are must resolves.
Right. Okay. Cool. Radiant Typhoon also would have, I would say, have spell cards that are must resolves. Yes. Keep going.
To the same level of Engage or Ritual?
Yes, because if you can't get an MST, your deck doesn't function. The deck does
Okay.
nothing if you don't have Mystical Space Typhoon.
Yeah, but every card you own says add MST.
Right. So
Right.
okay. So I go say I'm going into your Draco Tail. Right. I go special swing or normal swing because you have some set cards. So I'm gonna have the normal swing. Normal swing, go affect the search. You say, oh, you know what? I got a draw in the hand. That's cool. That's cool. That's awesome. I'll let you get that search. You can search your Radiant Typhoon card. I get my search. You go draw. I chain Radiant Typhoon card to search MST, and you say, no, flame. Okay, that's cool. Well, hey, I got this double cyclone right here. That's gonna make sure that my MST search resolves while you're trying to resolve your draw. It's gonna make sure that your flame doesn't negate my card to make my deck do stuff. So then you're also not gonna get your add back, and you're also not gonna get your draw. So you're almost down. You're down 3 effects, but you're down 2 effects off of that. And then plus I'm gonna get rid of another problem trap card that's gonna stop my plays, all at the same time. I'm stopping 6 effects with 1 card.
I'm setting up 10 interruptions with sorry. No, okay. So I understand how double cyclone in a vacuum or in a scenario like that is good, right? There's a million situations where it's like, okay, I only drew Rahu in my hand as a starter, and I needed to resolve against Draco Tail. So double cyclone here would be amazing. What I run into every time I think about that card, specifically in Draco Tail, I don't have nearly as much experience in Radiant Typhoon. But specifically in Draco Tail, the issue I run into is niche scenarios where my only play is that one card. I mean, hell, they probably have an Ash or a Bell or anything else. I mean, the flame itself isn't the issue. It's that I only have one line. So, like, yeah, the
Cosmic Cyclone is bad
double
because
cyclone,
or,
double cyclone.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
Double Cyclone is bad because they're gonna have something else.
no. My point there is I would have rather have something that accomplishes something. I would rather have proactive cards in Yu-Gi-Oh right now than I would reactive cards.
I'll give you the proactive versus reactive. However, I can't give you the cards that need to accomplish something because it accomplishes a lot. It lets your spell resolve. Right? That spell that you need to resolve that could be game ending on whether or not it resolves, it accomplishes your spell resolving.
Yeah. Sorry.
So I don't and every
Yeah.
deck right now is playing some kind of back row interruption. DDD obviously has a full back row and contracts and scales. White Forest sets it up because they have to be able to send spells and traps for the effect. Odeon is all trap cards. Cupsy or Yummy is playing the quick play face down. So like, I mean, Radiant Typhoon is Radiant Typhoon. I think the only one that might not, and correct me if I'm wrong, Ashton, is Vanquish Soul Canine.
What was
They
the?
might have a case, but they're typically going to get rid of case for Noroi effect.
Yeah, like I only play 3 power spells in my deck: Field Spell, Case, and Stake. Or I guess
So,
5 copies now.
I'd
So.
make the argument that Double Cyclone isn't going to do shit against Vanquish Soul Canine, but against every other deck that you're going to run into.
So again, Timmy, I'm not saying that the card isn't good or the card doesn't accomplish your goal. What I'm saying is I think there are either cards you're already playing that accomplish the same goal and are more easily accessible, or there are better cards for more situations other than exactly flame target your spell.
mean, I don't understand why you wouldn't want to plan for one of the most common scenarios that we have in competitive play right now. I mean, well, you're regional, right? You're right. You're regional.
Yeah.
How many of the top 8 was Draco Tail?
2.
Huh?
Me and Dominic.
Were you guys really the only Draco Tail?
I think so. Scott
I
was.
thought 4 of the top 8 was Draco Tail.
It was Dominic. Scott was on Gem Night.
Oscar
then
was on Yummy.
Third was Philip.
Owen was on Yummy.
Philip wasn't on Draco Tail. Owen was on Yummy. Oscar was on Yummy. 6. I don't remember what 6 and 8 were on, but maybe one of them was Draco Tail, but it wasn't. But they both weren't.
It
I was
it
on
wasn't as
Draco.
much as what I thought.
Yeah.
It was 2 or 3.
That it was. So that's my bad. That's not a great argument. But even like
No,
with the new
it is
branded
the
cards
most.
coming out, like it's going to be.
It will be the most common deck. I agree.
And so, and remember, my side of this argument is in Radiant Typhoon specifically, because you have like Double Cyclone is accomplishing all of that in terms of it's letting your spell card resolve. It's against Draco Tail specifically. It's dealing with quite a bit of grind game in just one card. But then also on top of that, it also triggers all of your Radiant Typhoon monsters. It's so like if I have the whale, it's not a whale, but the fucking whale in hand, that's a monster negate. It's I play my Radiant Typhoon card, you flame, I double cyclone, in a new chain I'm getting a free monster negate. Because of that. And double cyclone lets you accomplish that trigger. It's another way to accomplish the trigger. So it's checking all of the boxes that would make a card good for a deck.
Okay. We can agree that Double Cyclone is good for Radiant Typhoon specifically. It's good in that deck and only that deck. It's not going to be good anywhere else. Like, it has its merits in Radiant Typhoon and nowhere else.
No, I disagree on that. I think it's good.
I don't agree with that, but
stop antagonizing. We are out of time. We need to wrap up.
Oh.
We've been talking about Radiant Typhoon and Double Cyclone for 30 minutes now. We need to wrap it up, please.
All right. Well, thanks, guys, for joining us on this week's episode of the Team Maui podcast. We didn't quite get into our wish list this time. We definitely didn't get to
found a bunch of cards. So that's
Ben
good.
found a bunch of cards. That's a dub. Tim was
dub.
able to join us for the first time on the podcast. Easton and Trent were both listening to us.
Bitch.
Easton and Trent were both listening to us and said a couple words.
They won't let me say the word I want to say.
No, please don't.
That fucking word right now.
No, don't, please don't. I don't edit because I don't want to edit. I don't want to edit, please.
Cover your ears, boy.
Boy.
Mute, super mute.
And Ashton didn't use this time to shave his mustache, so most of us were productive. But anyways, thanks guys for joining us on the Team Maui podcast. Shout out our sponsor, the
Schwang Cattle Company.
Schwang Cattle Company.
Hey, I got my hat on too. You just can't see it.
We will see you guys next week.
Peace.
Team Maui.
Maui.
We need more Blue Eye support.